Die Familie heute. So there's a little story about families in Germany in general. And some of these things I agree with, and some of them I don't. So the first sentence is the way the families used to be. Der Vater hat einen Beruf und verdient das Geld. Die Mutter ist Hausfrau. Sie bleibt zu Hause, kocht das Essen und versorgt die Kinder. So apparently not anymore. Die Klischees kennen wir schon. Heute stimmen sie aber nicht mehr, wenigstens nicht für junge Familien in Deutschland. Dort ist die Rollenverteilung oft anders. Viele Mütter haben sogar ihren eigenen Beruf. I think this is an interesting sentence the way it's worded. I would say viele Mütter haben einen Beruf. Try to look up the word sogar and see how you would translate that sentence. It's kind of strange to word it this way, in my opinion. All right, I'll keep going. Tagsüber ist manchmal niemand zu Hause. That's actually right. Yeah. Oft machen der Mann und die Frau die Hausarbeit gemeinsam. Well, that would be great if women would experience that. I'm quite doubtful. Und in Familiendiskussionen haben die Kinder heute auch eine Stimme. Natürlich gibt es auch geschiedene und alleinerziehende Eltern. Circa 21% aller Familien haben nur einen Elternteil. Die typische deutsche Familie ist relativ klein. 1 oder 2 Kinder, das ist normal. That one I totally agree with. Yes, very small families. Also, what they don't mention is the marriage rate. Many people are having children, and usually just one child, and are not married to each other. It's totally acceptable in many parts of Germany. Manchmal wohnen auch die Großeltern mit ihnen zusammen. Yeah, I guess, sometimes. Viele Familien besitzen ein Haus oder eine Eigentumswohnung. Fast alle haben ein Auto und einen Fernseher. I really want to say they do have. Everyone has a TV. But let's look at this one. House or owning an apartment. That's what that means. And owning a car. So I looked these up. List of countries by vehicles. And this one is not per household, but this is per 1,000 people. So you can say like, how many percent perhaps. And so we're going to scroll down to the United States. It's going to come first at some point. I must have skipped it. Oh, there it is. So in the neighborhood, like 86%. In Germany, 62%. Well, viele, many, yeah, but definitely lower than the United States. All right, what about owning a house? And this one here is home ownership. So look at the countries that are actually toward the top. That really, yes, you can actually own a house in these countries. It depends on what kind of house it is. Notice that the United States is kind of in the middle here. Somewhere, I don't know if I can, there it is. Here, of course, in the cities, very few people own a house and very few people own an apartment that actually, belongs to them. So in this case, 65% United States, 51% Germany. Space is much, much smaller in Germany. I mean, you have 80 million people in a country that's the size of Washington and Oregon combined. And so, I mean, you cannot build that many houses that people could own. So let me go back to the story. So just a few comments on these two sentences. Aber das bedeutet nicht, es gibt keine Probleme. Man findet in Deutschland wie überall Konflikte zwischen Eltern und Kindern. Nach dem Schulabschluss suchen junge Leute manchmal Alternativen wie das Zusammenleben in Wohngemeinschaften. Aber die traditionelle Familie Mutter, Vater und Kind bleibt noch eine sehr wichtige soziale Gruppe. Of course, they have to keep it very short in this textbook here, so they only tell us a few things, and I mean, you could go on and get into details, just like I tried. Okay, I'm going to scroll down a little bit because something else caught my eye. Okay, this one here, and I think if I look at this one here. Well, I can only look at one thing at a time, so it's this one here. By the way, look at how young these kids are when they're born, and that kind of tells you the edition of the book was probably published around 2000. Because yeah, these kids are really young. So I'm going to read what's up here, but I'm going to look at the diagram right here and try to point that out. So die ganze Familie. Der Vater, der heißt Daniel, der kleine Sohn heißt Michael, die Mutter heißt Regine, die Tochter heißt Rosine. Okay, they made this rhyme, right? Rosine, that's very unusual. It means raisin. Der Bruder, der heißt Christian. Der Onkel heißt Sebastian. Notice actually that the uncle, the older brother, is actually quite a bit older than his younger brother, 11 years, which is why they have adult kids. So der Onkel heißt Sebastian, die Schwester heißt Johanna, die Tante heißt Susanna. I guess they jump forth and back to make the rhymes. Der Vetter, der heißt Benjamin. So he is the Vetter or cousin to all of these kids. Die Cousine, die heißt Katharin. Die Oma heißt Ottilie. Nun kennst du die Familie. Familie. There we go. So the word that caught my attention is the word Vetter and Cousine. And I think I'm going to make that in a separate recording.